lesson is going to be on solving linear equations. The reason I have this scale on the first page is because when we're solving equations, we have to think about each side of our equal sign like a scale. And whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side of the equation because we want to keep it nice and balanced. And we'll see that and we'll hear that analogy later on in the lesson. So before we get started with the lesson, let's just talk about what things we want to get done by the end of today. By the end of today, you're going to be able to say that I can solve one, two, and multi-step equations, and I can justify my steps when I solve equations. So before we get into solving and talking about how to solve, we first need to make sure we understand the difference between an equation and an expression. If you think about the word equation, it almost has the word equals in it. So an equation, we know then, has to have an equal sign, whereas an expression is something that does not have an equal sign. So again, an equation has an equal sign, whereas an expression does not have an equal sign. There's many different types of equations out there. Throughout your math careers, you're going to learn how to solve numerous of these. Ones that we'll talk about in the scope of this class of Algebra 1, we'll talk about quadratic equations and how to solve those. Over here is an example of a linear equation. We will learn how to solve those as well. All of these other equations you're probably going to see later in classes such as Algebra 2 or Pre-Calc.